I've posted every day for more than 3 years. Let me share with you the lessons that I learned. My name is Mario and I help businesses grow on social media. Lesson 1. Learn to play the game of the platform. Every platform has its own game. TikTok started as a dubbing app. Even though it has evolved way past that, still today, trending sounds and trending topics are a core part of the platform. That's why still today in 2025, making TikTok sounds is a great way to get your service or product in front of an audience. Now, there is a fine art about the trending sound. You have to play with the caption, the title, and of course, the video itself. The key is to make the trending sound relevant and relatable to your audience, which can take a lot of practice. If you're following the trend just to follow the trend, even if your video gets views, you're missing the potential to create connection with your audience. There are long-standing proven sounds that have worked for years and still are working today. Now, I understand some people might not think that trending sounds are the hottest thing to do. They're not the most exciting content, and I would agree. But the thing is, if you're a small business who is trying to promote their service or product, you don't really have a lot of time to create content now, do you? That's why I would recommend trending sounds, because it's a nice and easy way to start. This low barrier to entry makes it the ideal content format to start with for a small business that has not much experience making content. Now, at the start, you might even find it hard to find the TikTok sounds, and you might get done one a day. But with practice, and if you develop a system, you might even get up to like 50 a day. Learning to play this game allows you to spend time on the platform and get familiar with how people use TikTok. And trending sounds are just one example of the games that people play in the platform. And even though they're very native to TikTok, they work across all platforms. Other platform games that you will find are things like Stitching, Expectations versus Reality, Others versus Me, and topic trends like 100 Man versus a Gorilla, Gen Z wrote the script, and so on. Lesson 2. Keep your setup to a minimal. Even today, in 2025, an iPhone 12 Pro or more is already everything you need to create content. And if you pair that with a MacBook Pro, you're set. Now, that's my preference, but if you want to keep it Windows and Android, that's fine too, as long as you find a good sharing file system. Hard to beat AirDrop. The thing about gear is that the more better gear that you get, the more complex you make your content creation process. And this can hurt you if you're a service or product business. Don't do that. You only want to improve your gear and production once you have a system going, an idea, a format, and a series of practices. Do not start worrying about the camera, the lighting, the background. Focus on creating connection with your audience. And it's funny, but in TikTok, it's not high quality, high production value, the content that wins. Some of the most viral content on TikTok has really low production value, but they're very creative and unique ideas. Lesson 3. Test out first. If you have an idea and it feels kind of new and you don't know if it will hit or miss, pull out the phone and shoot it as soon as possible. Literally grab the camera and start shooting. There's 2 reasons for this. 1, the idea might sound great in your head, but it's only when you get the camera and you start shooting that you'll see all the potential problems. This is why one of the things that I've implemented in my content creation system is to shoot first, then script, then shoot again. I call it a test shoot. A test shoot is really there to provide you more context and information for what you really need to test out that idea. And reason number 2 is that the cool thing about the test shoot, for those ideas that are really easy to shoot, like a trending sound or a repeatable format, sometimes you don't need the extra steps. You just shoot it and you get it on the first take. So sometimes your test shoot becomes your whole process. But this test shoot is supposed to shape your idea and to make it easier for you to do, or even add some cool details that you figure out later once you see it on camera. You don't have to take this from me. I learned it from Daniel Schiffer. He said that you should shoot first and try to get your footage as soon as possible in the editing software, because once you're there, you see things that you never see. And I personally like to approach this test shoot with something I've heard from Tim Ferriss. What would it look like if it was easy? Lesson number 4, learn about your audience. You need to learn who are the different people who are interacting with your product or service are. What are their hobbies, their lifestyles, their friend groups, their favorite movies, music, and more importantly, you want to know their struggles and their desires. You want to sort of create a picture of what is this avatar, what are these people like, and what do they have in common. Now, the best way to do this is to actually join their communities and participate in them yourself. You can gather information about your audience from Reddits, Discords, and of course the comment sections of the most popular videos in your niche. And when you're there, you should also participate and comment, like other comments, and just be a regular user of the platform. This is such a crucial step for every company that I personally think there should be a dedicated employee to do that. This seems like an obvious step to many, but I can tell you that I've been in many offices and this never gets done. Now, of course, going through the Reddits, Discords, and comment sections can take a lot of time, but that's when the power of AI can be really useful. You can select the whole Reddit thread or Discord chat or the comment section of a video, put that into a document and analyze it with AI to tell you what are the things these people have in common, what are they normally talking about, and give you a summary of what does the normal person look like. This process of gathering information from the places that your audience usually typically hangs out on the internet is crucial for your business. Lesson 5, learn about the niches in your space. Just like you want to learn about the people in your audience, you want to learn about the niches in your space. For example, a brand like Insta360, they have infinite niches. Let's say you have sports as a category, and then you have snow, mountain, road, and many other sub-niches. And within those, you have sub-niches like snowboarding. And in snowboarding, you have tricks in parks, and you have powder shredding. And it just keeps getting more and more niched. You can bring it back up in another category altogether, is pets. And you have cats POVs, dogs POVs, etc. Then you have fitness and you have yoga, powerlifting. Understanding these niches and sub-niches can give you an advantage when you want to try to appeal to your audience. This way you will better understand the community, the jokes, the memes, the struggles, and the desires. Some brands do this very well by creating a horizontal strategy that targets a specific audience. This means that they create a specific account for that specific niche. As an example, this would be like insta.snowboarding, where the brand Insta360 would only upload something like snowboarding. Lesson 6, learn about the format you're using. Let's say you're doing a classic unboxing video. You have to follow the features of the best performing videos in the platform from that particular format. For unboxing, the goal is sensory satisfaction. You want a good ASMR, good high quality audio and visuals. You're essentially making the audience live that experience. For a funny skit, you want to deliver the punchlines fast and end the video quickly after you deliver the punchline. This not only makes the video more impactful, it also guarantees that the person is probably going to watch the video again. For an educational video, the goal is to deliver value instantly. In summary, you don't just make a video, you make the right video for the kind of format you're using. Just be considerate with the viewer. Lesson 7, learn from other viral videos. Search your keywords on TikTok, look through the most popular videos, and see what's working. Let's say you're searching for calisthenics, and you find 5 things I wish I knew before I started calisthenics. And let's say your brand is selling helmets for BMX or skateboarding. You can easily adapt that to be 5 things I wish I knew before I started skateboarding. Take the skeleton, not the skin. Once you spend enough time on the platform, you'll see these repeated formats everywhere on the platform. These are what I like to call the TikTok games. And as I said on lesson 1, you want to play the game of the platform. Lesson 8, learn from the top creators. Understand the standards of their videos, the style, the tone, their delivery. This will give you a better idea of how to approach your content. When people comment something like, you remind me of X, you should know who that X creator is, and possibly even tag them on your comments. This also gives you an opportunity to fill in the gaps. You can see what everybody else is doing and fill in the gap with what they're not doing. The key point is to understand who your audience is already following to know, The key point is to get familiar with who your audience already follows so you understand them better. Number 9, consistency beats perfection. You don't need perfect videos, you need repeatable hits. Most of the businesses in social media out there, they fail because they overthink. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. Some of my best performing videos came with repeating the same idea 2 or 3 times with just a small twist. If a format doesn't hit, you want to try it again. Do it maybe 5 times. Change the hook, change the settings, and see how the algorithm responds to it. It's better to test out the idea multiple times than just to try to achieve the one time as a perfect video. Perfect doesn't build momentum, repetitions do. Number 10, create events or competitions. If you're a business and you're not creating events through your social media, you're missing out. Now, this next one might be a little bit controversial. Events like giveaways, competitions, or public challenges are a great way for your audience to be more active. With the brand accounts that I've helped, I've used giveaways to create comments, new followers, and even user-generated content. The key is to make this simple and as easy as possible to participate. Announce the winner publicly and deliver fast. This builds trust and it makes your page feel more alive. The participation should be as easy as leave a comment on this video answering this question, and then you select a random winner from that comment section. Submit a funny picture with your friend doing X, and the one who gets more likes wins. An event turns a scroll into a moment and a viewer into a participant. Now, this next one requires a little bit more creativity. Lesson 11, turn comments into video ideas. Here's how you can turn every comment into a potential video idea. Video replies to comments is very low effort and high impact content. You can take the opportunity of people asking for the prices of your service or product and answer it right away. And a video will almost certainly perform much better than just a comment. Plus, your audience will thank you. They feel so grateful when you answer their comments. And you don't have to stop there. You can use their funny and weird comments and turn that into a whole skit. If people are asking the same thing over and over, you hit a curiosity point, and that is worth making videos about. Comments is not the end of the engagement, it's the beginning of a new idea. Lesson 12, batch content to save time. You don't need more time, you need a good system. You're not always going to be in the right mood to film, and that's why batching content is so important. Set a day in the week where you can record 3 to 5 variations of 3 to 5 different video ideas. If you have your scripts and setups and props ready, you can make them very fast. This will actually free up your time to come up with new original ideas instead of being in a constant reactive filming loop. So I just gave you 12 lessons I learned while working with brands that want to grow their business on social media. And here's the biggest mistake I see businesses make. They care too much about their image and their design and the product and the image quality looking so beautiful. And they don't understand that the place to do that is the website. That's where you turn your customer, your potential lead, into a customer, but not your social media. That should be for attention first, value, and entertainment. And as a result, most businesses play so safe on social media that they don't really stand out. If this helps, subscribe for more tips on growing accounts that sell products and services.